Explosive revelation. SafeWork NSW vows to relentlessly target big businesses neglecting employee well-being. In a bombshell announcement that has sent shockwaves through the corporate landscape of New South Wales, SafeWork NSW has issued a stern warning to major enterprises. Failure to safeguard the mental and physical well-being of their staff will no longer be tolerated. With an alarming surge in psychological injury claims eclipsing the rate of physical injury claims, the state's safety watchdog has vowed to intensify compliance checks, impose hefty fines, and even initiate criminal prosecutions if non-compliant practices persist. The staggering statistics paint a grim picture. Over a 4-year period ending mid-2023, physical injury claims crept up by a concerning 11%, while psychological injury claims skyrocketed by a staggering 30%. These figures, meticulously compiled by the State Insurance Regulatory Authority, have served as a wake-up call, prompting SafeWork NSW to unveil its comprehensive 4-year plan to combat this burgeoning crisis. At the heart of this plan lies a resolute commitment to holding big businesses accountable for any wrongdoing that jeopardizes the well-being of their employees. According to the state's workplace laws, it is a fundamental obligation for employers to maintain a safe and supportive work environment, free from psychological hazards such as bullying, harassment, exposure to trauma, social isolation, and inadequate support. The consequences of failing to meet this obligation are far-reaching, both for businesses and the economy as a whole. The government estimates that workplace mental ill health inflicts a staggering annual cost of up to $39 billion on Australian businesses, primarily through lost productivity and reduced employee participation. In 2021-22 alone, mental health conditions accounted for a significant 9.2% of serious workers' compensation claims across the nation. Sophie Cotsis, NSW's Minister for Work Health and Safety, has unequivocally stated that every worker has an inalienable right to return home from work physically and mentally unscathed. She emphasized that unsafe workplaces not only harm individuals but also impose a heavy financial burden on businesses and the state. The rate and severity of psychological injury at work continue to rise, Minister Cotsis said, expressing her grave concern. If workplaces fail to prioritize safety, I fully endorse SafeWork's actions to bring about tangible improvements. Data from the State Insurance Regulatory Authority reveals a startling disparity in the average cost and time off work associated with psychological injury claims compared to physical injury claims. In 2022, a staggering 28% of workers reported experiencing a mental health condition, underscoring the prevalence of this issue. Janet Asterisk, a finance sector employee in Sydney, has personally experienced the debilitating effects of psychological injury at her workplace. After just 2 years in her role, she has been left feeling burned out and exhausted. You work tirelessly to meet their demands, and then they arbitrarily change the goalposts, she lamented. It's like running a marathon, but you're expected to sprint the entire distance. It's simply unrealistic and unsustainable. Janet's experience is far from isolated. SafeWork reports that the psychological injuries suffered by workers often have a ripple effect, negatively impacting their families and loved ones. Moreover, psychosocial hazards can also manifest in physical ailments, including musculoskeletal disorders. Janet herself suffers from tension headaches, muscle pain, depression, and anxiety. I reached a point where I had to take stress leave because the mental toll was becoming unbearable, she confided. After work, I had no energy for anything, not even for my family. Janet believes that the decision-makers in her workplace lack the necessary resources and expertise to foster a safe and supportive work environment. In a bid to address this critical issue, the government has pledged $5.6 million over the next 2 years to fund workplace mental health training programs specifically tailored for small and medium-sized businesses. Trent Curtin, SafeWork NSW's acting deputy secretary, issued a clear and unequivocal warning to big businesses: non-compliance will not be tolerated, and those who persistently disregard workplace health and safety laws will face the full force of the law, including hefty fines and potential criminal charges. SafeWork NSW will not hesitate to prosecute workplaces that repeatedly violate regulations or commit serious breaches of WHS laws, Curtin declared. Wavecon, a digital infrastructure company, has wholeheartedly embraced the government-funded workplace mental health training program, which was expertly delivered by the renowned Black Dog Institute and Transitioning Well. Josh Maxwell, Wavecon's workplace health and safety manager, praised the training for its effectiveness in helping the company's older workforce transition from outdated practices. It provided them with invaluable skills to better understand their own capabilities, Maxwell remarked. Asterisk name changed for privacy reasons.